So what we're looking to do in this practice is make awareness part of everyday life. That continuity of awareness. I always hesitate to say continuous, because it can just bring out the perfectionist streak in us. And if it's not continuous, then it's very easy to make a problem of that. But to have more continuity of moments of awareness, it's like stringing together more moments of awareness. We practice that in meditation, and we can also practice it in daily life. Perhaps having very small activities where we just say, okay, so I'm just going to aim to be aware from the moment I step into the shower till the moment I get out of the shower. Or very small tasks, and then gradually and then let it go. Just let it go. So we don't feel like there's too much trying going on through the day. But another thing that's part of daily life, we're looking to make awareness part of our daily way of being. But part of what's already our daily way of being, to some extent, is dukkha. Is that we suffer, that things don't go quite as we would like them to. And there's various sort of struggles, maybe with things externally, but maybe just within ourselves. And to a greater or lesser degree, we struggle. And I think it's really easy to forget that it is just part of daily life. It's not that it happens. It's that it's natural that it does happen. It's a natural part of a way of being. And I think that can help change our attitude towards times when we suffer. Sometimes dramatically, and sometimes just give us a bit of a toehold into a different way of being with struggle or difficulty. And this is in the practice what we call right attitude, an attitude towards experience that helps us to accept and acknowledge what's happening, whatever that is. And sometimes we will be able to access right attitude, and sometimes we won't. And there can be a degree of acceptance around that as well. Because what's key to right attitude is this sense of allowing or accepting what's happening. Sometimes that will mean more of an acceptance of what's actually happening. The fact that something is not going our way, or that we've run out of time on something that's really important. So it might be the thing itself, but at other times it will be our attitude, or how we're relating to what's happening. If we can have some degree of acceptance towards what's happening, that's great. If we can't, if we find that our relationship is one of struggle to what's happening, we don't accept it, we don't want it, then it can always be possible, like an onion peeling, just to take it back to the next layer. It's like, okay, so there isn't acceptance of what's happening. Okay, I can manage an okay in relation to that. Maybe there's just a whole ball of little attitudes and unhelpful sort of struggles. Okay. And it might even be an okay, you win today. Okay, can't really get a handle on this. But even in that, there's a little bit more space. And I think that's one of the things right attitude gives you, is a little bit more, a little bit of a release of that tension and tightness in that can happen in the mind and body when we're not able to accept what's happening. And it's important that we don't make a should out of things like right attitude and right view. I guess the right view of our struggle and our unhappiness is this is dukkha. This is dukkha. This is what the Buddha was talking about. This is part of the human condition. If you like, all that, acknowledging that is the right view and the right attitude, some degree of somewhere in the experience. Okay, this is what's happening now. So we can, during our day, as well as during the practice, we can check the attitude in the mind. In this practice of growing awareness, we just check in. And particularly if there's something that we can feel we're struggling with a little bit, check in with the attitude in the mind. You might not get an answer. Sometimes we look to what's happening and it's like, well, I don't really know. I can't tell. But sometimes it can be really clear. Oh yeah, there's struggle going on here. There's a non-acceptance of dukkha. And that can be enough actually to just shift that relationship, the recognition through right view of what's happening can be enough to shift it to, oh, okay, all right, dukkha, part of the human condition. And that brings in right attitude and, okay, here we go. So that's all I'll say for this morning.